Hi guys, good morning. I hope you are able to hear me. So we are talking about SQL, right? So till now we have seen how we can read the data from single table that we have seen. But if I have a multiple tables, then how exactly we can bring the data that we are going to see? Multiple tables. So when the moment you have a more than one table, then we need to talk about data combining. Or we can combine the data by taking data from multiple tables that we need to talk. So there are various options are there. I'll talk about it. Let's say, for example, I have a table 1 and table 2. When you join this when you join these tables side by side, this is one type of combining. And if I join the tables one by one, and this is also one type of combining. So these two we are going to come across as part of the today's session, and this is what first we are going to see. So this is, we can say, horizontal combining, or just merging, we can say. Now just observe the requirement here. I have a table called employee table, which is having employee data, and where I have a employee number, employee name, job, manager, hire date, salary, commission, and department number. So all these columns are available in the employee table. And if we see what is the data is available in the employee table, we can see this, all these columns. So whatever the columns are there here, the same columns are just kept inside the table called employee table. In the same way, I have another table, that is department table. Let's execute this department table. I have a department number, department name, and location. So the same, I just kept it here, 3 columns in this table. When your business requirement demands to bring the data from more than one table, then keep in mind we need to identify what is the common column between these two tables. The common column between the employee table and department table is department number is the common column. So I have to use these two columns to join the data. So when the moment you take the data from more than one table, that we can call it as a data combining. And this is my output. I'm looking in the, I mean to say the output should be having all these columns. So few columns are coming from the employee tables and few columns are coming from the department table. So if you observe my destination, my requirement is expecting department name and location also. This department name and location is available in the second table, that is department. So we need to apply the data combining. How we can do the data combining here is, let's go here. Let me make a list of columns here, whatever the columns you required. I'm just going to say all the list of columns. Let's take a copy of them and paste it here. So we know already how we can take a list of columns. If I take out this at this point of time, even this also, I can get the data from the employee table. I can get the data from the employee table. But I need a department name and location also. I need a department name and location. So if I say here the name and location, then it is not allowing me to execute this statement. What it is saying? Invalid column name, department name, and invalid column name is location. So from this table, these two columns are not available. That is what the meaning of this. These two columns are not from the employee table. These two columns are coming from another table, that is department table. So we need to join the tables. So I'm just going to say there are 4 different types of joins are there. Like, let me say here, inner join, left outer join, right outer join, and full outer join. These are all the types of joins we have. Types of joins. Something like this. So we have to use, I'm just using the inner join. When we are going to use this inner join is, if your business requirement demands to take only matching records between the two tables, then we are going to use the inner join. We are going to use inner join. It is used to get matching records between two tables. And there is a one more join, right? Left outer join. It is used to get all the records from left side table and matching from other. So the way we are having a left outer join, the quite opposite to this, we have a right outer join. It is used to get all records. All records from right side table. This time it is a right side table and matching records from other table. And we have a full outer join also. It is used to get all records from both of the tables. And note is important here. Okay, so what is the note here is, make sure there should be a common column between two tables. So if you don't have a common column, then you cannot do it. The first one we are looking, that is to get only matching records. If your business requirement demands to take only matching records, this is how this inner join is going to be there. So this is the table 1 and this is table 2. Between the table 1 and table 2, we are going to get only matching records. Let's see this, how exactly we are going to do it here. I have written this code, inner join with the department. With the department table, I'm going to join on, you have to remember this syntax, you have to do some practice, then you can get inner join on employee dot department number equals to department dot department number. And department number is available in both of the tables. So you have to specify from which column, from which place you wanted to take it. You can say a employee dot department number. If I execute this, it is going to get the result. But if you observe here, this is alias names. Okay, so instead of having this much length of the table name, we can give the alias name for this as E, and this is as D. On E dot employee number and E dot department number and D dot department number. Because E means what? Alias name I have given for the employee table. So wherever we have a here, we can give the E dot employee number, and all these columns we can give E dot columns, and this also I'm just going to give E dot department number, and these two are D dot department name and D dot location. That means these two columns are available in the department table and these columns are available in the employee table. So mostly in real time we used to give the column names like this. With alias name we used to give it. for better performance. And everyone can easily understand when you see this alias name, you can feel from which table the columns are coming. Let's execute this. Now you can see the department name and location. So this is giving a matching records between the two tables. This is going to give a matching records between the two tables. Department number 20 is the research is the name of the department. It is located in Dallas. So like this, we can get matching records between the two tables. What if you want to bring all the records from the first table? I mean to say, I wanted to see all the employees from the employee table and matching records from other table. So total here we are having okay. So department number. Only 8 records. Department number 10, 20. 30 is not available. Okay, I understand why it is not coming. Let me remove this. For yesterday's session for one of the batch in the evening, I just rename this table. Let me make this back. Okay, now execute again. So 14 records are coming. So if there is a matching, then it is going to give the records. Otherwise, it will not give the records. That is fine. So left outer join means all employee details. I'm going to take it. I'm just going to change, simple change here. That is left join. Left outer join or left join is fine. All records from the employee table and matching records from department table. If you see this Venn diagram, you can see here. All records from this table and matching records from this table you are going to get. Let's execute this and see the result. So 15 rows are coming. So one of the employees is not having the department here. You can see there is a 101 with the name Bhaskar, and for this employee, we don't have a department number. So no matching is available. If there is a matching, then it is going to give the record. Otherwise, it is not going to give the data. So that is one thing I wanted to say. And quite opposite to left outer join, we have a right outer join. So right outer join means all records from the right side table and matching records from other side table. Same to same, I'm just copying this query here and paste it. In place of left outer, I'm just going to say right outer. Let's execute it. Now here also we have a 15 rows. Now you can see there is a department called operation. This department is not having the employee details. Employees are not available in this department. So if your business requirement demands to apply any kind of these joins, then you can go and apply. For all these joins, the common column is department number. And if it is a full outer join, all records from both of the tables. If you see here, it is used to get all records from both of the tables. Simple. I'm just going to say full outer join. Let's execute it. You can see 16 records here. I have a 80 department here, and even operations department also is available here. So both records, both sides it is going to get. But if I explain this is at the time of working, it is fine. But to understand the concept, how exactly you can understand, let me give some clarity on this. Let's come to here. I'll take you through your question. You can understand. I have a two tables here. Table 1 is having this records. Table 1, 2, 3, 4, and null. And second table, this is table 1. And table 2. So in table 1, I have how many records? This is 6 records. and table 2 is having 6 records. Now when you join these two tables, then how exactly you are going to get? So here also you can see many to many. Okay, so if there is a many records are matching, how exactly it is going to get, you can understand for your question. Now, in the interview, there are more chances to ask this kind of question. Very, very important. So no one will ask you to give employee table and department table. Can you join the two tables and how many records you are going to get? No one will ask. They will give simply like this. And if you can give the answer for this, then definitely you are perfect in the joins. Now, before I explain, I wanted to give an explanation here. I wanted to join these two tables, and null is not same as null. Okay, so in this null is equivalent to infinity. We cannot compare the infinities. So we can not say null is matching with the null is wrong. Okay, now you tell me how many records are going to get if I apply inner join. Just give me the answer for only inner join. Keep in chat box how many records you are going to get. If you have a more than one matching column list, you have to write and condition and you have to join the one more column. That's possible. Logical AND, we have seen how we can use the conditions like that. Can anyone try to give the answer? How many number of records for inner join? Number of records I'm expecting. Just respond whatever the number of records it is. 3 records. How about others? There is nothing wrong, guys. We are all here to know. 4 records. I'm expecting at least 10 replies, 10 responses. Only 2 responses. Even if you know the answer, you can give the number of records. Four records. Abhinav is giving 4 records. Prasanna has given 7 records. Okay. So now I'm just going to give the answer. You can cross verify your answers. Okay, so let me take here is these 2 columns I'm going to give it. Okay, for left outer join, for inner join I'm going to take. I have a ID from here and I have a ID from here. From both of the places I'm taking the values. So sometimes they're going to ask you how many number of records you are getting or what records you are going to get. You just give it answer here, they will give it. They will ask you. So 1 is matching this 1. So that means 1 from here and 1 from here. Both are matching. And this 1 is also matching with this record. Then again 1 is matching with this 1. Now 1 is not matching with any of them. Next second one is started. Second one is matching with the first one. 1 is coming here and 1 is coming here. The same second one is matching with the second one in this table. And again here is 1 and here is 1. This one is not matching with any of them. Third one is matching with the 2 times, right? You can say 1 and 1. And here 1 and 1. And this third one is not matching with any of them. Next 2. 2 is not matching with the 1s. And 2 is matching with the 2. So 2 is coming here and here. And 2 is not matching with any of them. And 3 is not matching with any of them. Null is not matching with any of them. Now how many records are there here total? The count we are having, the number of records is 7 records. Total 7 records we are getting. So whoever gave the 7 records, that is the correct answer. And you may get some confusion, right? So just observe how many ones are there here. 3 ones are there. Here how many ones are there? Repeated values. 2 ones are there. So 3 multiplied by 2. You are getting 6. And this is 1 time and this is 1 time. Plus 1. And rest of them are not matching. So finally we can say 7. Okay, so I hope you are following with me. Now I wanted to say the answer from everyone with left out of them. Left then I wanted to get the answer from everyone. Just try. How many records you are going to get for left out of that? Please respond. This is an interview question. 90% of the chances are there. Similar kind of question to ask. If you know this, then you are perfect in the joins. Five records. So participate to give the answer, guys. 8 records. Nine records. Okay, let me give the answer. Whatever the records we are getting for inner, just bring the same to same records into this place also. Because matching records will come and all records from this table we are going to get. Okay, so this are all we already there in this particular place. Then rest of the missing records is 3 is missing and 3 is not having the matching in this place. So we are going to say null. And null is there. Null is not matching with any of them. So one more null is going to be there here. So 6 plus 7. 6 plus 2. 6 plus 2, it is 8 records. 9 records. 9 or what? Count. Number of records. 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9 records it is. Previously 7 records. Yeah, perfect. So 7 plus 2 is 9 records. 9 is the answer. This is how it is going to get. And right outer, quite opposite to left outer. So same to same. Up to here, inner zone records you are going to get. And what else is missing here? So this side, 1 is available in this side, and 2 is available here, and 4 is not available. So 4 we are going to keep, and 2 nulls we are going to keep this side. And here is not matching, 4 is not available this side, so null will come. Null is not matching with any of them, and null is not matching with any of them. So total how many records it is? Count 10 records. Now full outer join. How many records? How many records were full out of that? Simple. Same I'm taking. Inner join records. And missing records is this one, right? From this side, extra additional records. And from this side, these are all the extra additional records. Now see total. 12 records you are going to get. The count is 12. So did you understand how this is going to work? So in real time, there is a more chances to ask this kind of question. Now practically, I'll show you. Just observe. I'm just going to create a 2 tables here. Create table. Table name is table 1. And I'm just taking a ID of type integer. And another table, that is table 2. So 2 tables are created. I wanted to insert the data. Insert into table 1 and values. So whatever the values I have taken the Excel, that I am just going to take it here. 3 ones are there here. 1, 1, 1. And 2, 3 is there. 2 and 3. And here I have a null. Only one null. That is fine. So up to here it is a one table, table 1. Just insert the data. 6 records are loaded. I wanted to read the data from here. Select star from table name. That is table 1. Let's execute this. I have a 6 records in this place. In the same way, I'm going to feed the data into the table 2. Table 2 is having 2 ones and 2 4. Two is there and 4 is there. And then 2, 4 and 2 nulls. Here also I have a null. Just feed the data into the table 2 and see the data in the table 2. Now I wanted to join these 2 tables. To join these 2 tables, I can take select from table 1 as T1. Inner join table 2 as T2 on T1 dot ID column, because that is the common column, on T2 dot ID column. From this table, from these 2 tables, I am going to take T1 dot ID and T2 dot ID. Then only we can see the comparison. Let's execute this statement. Now you are able to see that how many records are there? 7 rows are there. So that is what we got in the Excel here. 7 records we are having. And same to same, I'm just going to change this to left outer join. Just observe. Now you can see total 9 records. The same to same it is. 3 and null. Null and null. You can see 3, null, null and null. And right out of that. Right out of that. You can see last 4 records, 3 records. Null and 4 and 2 nulls. Null and 4, null and null. And if I go for full out of that, same records, 3 null and null, null, null 4, null, 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 null. So total 12 records. You can see the same here. Count is 12. So this kind of person, there is a more chances. They don't ask you to write a code like this. They will ask you what happens or how many records you are going to get if I apply inner join, or what records you are going to get. So to give the answer, this will not take much time. So mostly 2 minutes you may take it. Okay, so if you can give the answer for this, then definitely it will be added advantage. So please try to understand this and go through this session and again and again. Now, in working point of view, here is one requirement I just wanted to take it through. So just try to understand this requirement. I have a table called, I need a product key and sales, and dim product table is there, and dim product subcategory is there, and dim category is there. Okay, so I wanted to join the two tables. Before coming to this particular exercise, this is the real-time requirement. Okay, so before coming to this particular area, I wanted to talk about, I wanted to write a SQL code. Write a SQL code to get total salary by department. By department number I wanted to get. So if this is the case, then what you can do is select from employee table. And from this table, if I say star, it is going to give all the records. But I don't need all the records. I need only department-wise total salary. How much total salary we are paying for department number 10 and how much total salary we are paying for department number 20. That I wanted to see. Then I need only these two columns of it, department number and salary. These two columns are enough to say the answer. But here I have a duplicated records. I need to summarize this data. To summarize this data, we have seen in the last session, we came across aggregate functions. Sum of salary as salary. So when I execute this, it is going to be failed because in the group by, you have to keep this normal column. If you have a normal column along with the aggregated columns, you have to write like this. So this one we are already aware of it. Department wise, that is fine. But my requirement, I wanted to change this. I wanted to see the total salary based on department, not department number. Department name or department, we can say. But department name is not available in the employee table. The department name is available in the department table. Just see here, select star from department. Let's execute this and see the result. Okay, so if I execute both of them, and you can see the result here, department number 10 is having 7550, and I wanted to know what is the name of the department. So here I wanted to see the name of the department here and where exactly that department is located. For that department, how much salary they are paying. that details I wanted to see. So if this is the case, then definitely we have to join these two tables. The result of this is going to join with another table, that is department. So here I'm going to say E, inner join department D on E dot department number equals to D dot department number. Now it is coming from both of the tables. So we can say E dot department number from here, and here also E dot department number I'm going to say. Okay, so let's execute this. I don't have any difference here. Okay, but in place of this or along with this department number, I wanted to say D dot D name. D dot D name, because we have a department name here. D name is available. So I'm saying from the department table, I wanted to get the department name. And this column should be there in the group by class. Comma. Now execute this, and you can see department name and salary. I wanted to see the location also. Then you can add D dot location. D dot location you can say. So here we need to say D dot location. Let's execute again. We are going to get the result like this. This is one type of the approach, but this is not recommended approach basically. Okay, so 100% the result is perfectly alright. Okay, so I can do this in a different way. So first I'll go and do the aggregation. Another approach I'm saying. First we know it, select from employee table. So from here I wanted to take a department number and sum of salary as salary. Let's execute this, and we are getting, group by, we have to take let's execute this. So in this particular statement, after joining, we are doing the group by. But here I wanted to do, after aggregation, I wanted to do the join. Okay, so here we have a 14 records in the employee table. 14 times it is going to join. After joining 14 times, then it is going to aggregate the data. But I wanted to do aggregation first, so that I'll get some result. 4 records are getting. And when I join with this department, if this result is going to join with the department table, then department table is having 4 records, and here I have a 4 records. 4 times only it is going to join. Okay, so if I have a 1 million records in the data source, if I go with this approach, it is going to join 1 million times. But the result of this table, if it is getting only 1000 records, then 1000 times only it is going to join. So it improves the performance. So for that, I just wanted to say, whatever the result I'm having here, the same to same, I'm just going to take it here. Same to same, I'm just copying. Just observe here how I'm going to use this code. I have an employee table name. This is the name of the table. In place of this name, I'm going to take this entire query and I'm going to keep inside this particular place. I hope you are following with me. Whatever the code I have written, that code I'm just going to keep in the place of table name called employee. Just observe how I'm going to do it. Let's take a copy of this. I'm just taking out this. Open a bracket and close a bracket. Open a bracket and close a bracket and paste the query. Whatever the query you have written here in place of the table name, I'm just giving a SQL code again. For that, I'm giving the alias name as E. So this time what happens is, first it will execute this query and it will get a result. That result is going to join with the department table. So Same to same, there will be no difference. Let's execute it. Still you can see the result. So 3 records are going to get here, and here also you are going to get a 3 records. Result is same. Since we are having less number of records, you may not feel the difference in the performance. But when you have a more number of records, then you can see the difference. I understand, right? How we can write a SQL statement in place of table name. This is what it is. Previously, this was employee in this place. Now I just changed that employee with this select code. Now let's come back to this requirement. The same thing I wanted to do it the first approach. This approach I'll do first, this kind of approach, and then another approach I'll do it. Let's say first approach I'm just giving. Both are going to give the correct answers only. I wanted to get the result. Here I wanted to say a brand and subcategory, category, and sales. This is what I wanted to see. Okay, so all these columns I wanted to bring it. So if you want to bring that, then how exactly you are going to handle it, we are going to see. So this data is available in a database called AdventureWorks or AdventureWorks DW. You can go, or you can go to the Contoso Retail DW. So this Contoso Retail DW you can use. We already seen how we can restore the databases at the time of installation of your SQL Server, on-prem SQL Server. For one of you, we have seen how we can restore the database. Just go through that and have this database plus new. It is going to create a query window here, or you can use within the same place. We can say use database name is Contoso Retail DW, and if you execute this, presently it is pointing to the source. When you execute, then it is going to point to the Contoso Retail DW. So for this, we need to write a code. This is your target. First, you have to get the sales. Okay, select from fact sales. There is a table called fact sales. So from this table, if I say star, it is going to have too many columns. I don't need all these columns. I need only 2 columns from this table. First column is product key and sales amount. Product key and sales amount I require. Still it is getting executed, you can see, because there are more than 3 million records are there in the table. When you have that many number of records, then you can say top 10. Okay, so that it will be executed faster. Once the top 10 is displayed, then it will come out of execution. So this is one part, and this is the one. Okay, so product is required and sales is required. This is going to join with the dim product table. This entire result is going to join with the product table. So what I'm going to do is, let's say as F inner join with which table it is going to join? With the dim product table. Let's say dim product table, that is P on F dot product key equals to P dot product key. Because what is the common column here? The common column is product key from both of the tables. And again, one more time we need to join. Before that, let me say here F dot product key. From the product table, what column we need to take it? Brand I wanted to take from the product. Let's say here P dot brand name as brand. Let's execute this. So brand name is coming. As per requirement, brand name is coming. That is fine. The center result, the 2 tables result is going to join with another table, that is dim product subcategory table. So let me take a join again here. Inner join. a dim product subcategory. I'm just saying PS, product subcategory. On PS dot, what is the common column we are having here? Product subcategory key and product subcategory key. These two are the common columns between the between these two tables. So what I wanted to do here is PS dot product subcategory key equals to P dot product subcategory key. Because this product subcategory is common column between this dim product and dim product subcategory. So I'm taking aliases of, if you see PS means it is product subcategory key, P means it is dim product. Now from this table, I wanted to take PS dot product subcategory name. As alias name, I'm taking subcategory. Let's execute this, give a comma, and execute this. Now you can see we're getting product subcategory. And I wanted to get the category also. Category is available in dim product category table. Let's say inner join a dim product category, that is product C, PC means product category, on PC dot category key. Product category key equals to PS dot category key, that is product category key. So from this table, I wanted to take PC dot product category name as category. Now let's execute this, and you can see the result here. And I wanted to summarize this data. Okay, so to summarize, we can say sum of sales amount as sales. So when you have a aggregate column, then these are all the normal columns. So these normal columns you need to keep in the group by. And all these group by columns you can keep. Alias names we don't require. So just take out this alias columns. That's all. Now if I execute this statement, okay, for top 10 it is taking this much time. That is fine. I'm just going to take it out, top 10, and let's execute this. So 2516 it is taken. 2516 it is taking. In order to apply joins, okay, so you are executing multiple times, right? So it is going to have your execution plan that is going to be repeatedly, it is going to be used. So because of that reason, it is taking less time. That is fine. Apart from this approach, we can do it in a different approach. Another approach. So this another approach, how exactly I'm going to do this. First, I'm going to have select from fact table, that is fact sales. And here I'm going to say product key from here, sum of sales amount as sales. And we need to make a group by with product. Let's execute this. Now I can get this result. Okay, so this result, I can replace this code with this table name. So instead of joining with millions of records, then applying the joins, it is going to join with only 2516 records. Okay, so let's take a copy of this. Let me take this entire code again. paste it here. I'm taking a copy of this. In place of this, I'm just going to open a bracket and close a bracket and paste here SQL code. So once you paste a SQL code here, then I don't need to apply again aggregation. I don't need to apply aggregation. I can give the sales because my inner query name is sales. And since I'm not using aggregation, I can take out the group by class here. Because we already aggregated it. We already aggregated in this place. Now, if you execute this code, it is going to give the data. Same data only. There will be no difference in the data. Because this table is having fact sales is having more number of records. Because of that reason, we can write a SQL statement in place of this. So instead of this, we have another approach also. Okay, so let me take from the department first. Here I have taken this, right? Let me take a copy of this. With the city, common table expression. I'm just going to change the database is use, database is source. Let's execute only this line. Okay, so here I have written the statement, right? The same thing I can take it out. I can create a CTE here with EMP CTE. That is the name of the CTE. Open a bracket and close a bracket. I'm just going to paste this. I don't think we don't require a brackets. Let's see. Okay, so we can keep that in a bracket. That's not going to harm anything. Let's make that in the bracket. So with the name of the city. So this kind of syntaxes we are going to do it very frequently. Okay, so this CTE is going to join with this with our table. Let's keep this here. With this main query, we are going to do it. So we cannot execute only CTE. So if when you are executing the CTE 100%, that should be there with the select statement. Okay, so in place of this entire code, I can take only emp.empcte. In the from class, I'm just going to say empcte. With the same to same, there is no difference. But we cannot execute only with this. You have to execute from this particular area. Now you can see the result. This is how we are going to write a CTE. The same way for this also, how we can use the CTE is. Rest of the code is very much simple. Okay, so I'll take this code so that we can have a clear picture. CTE means common table expression. With the CTE. So this is the word approach, right? So for this one, I wanted to create a CTE. With the CTE, with fact CTE as open a bracket and close a bracket. So inside this, I'm just going to give select from fact sales. So from here, I'm going to say product key, comma, sum of sales amount as sales. So this is the name of the city. So in place of the fact sales, I'm going to say fact city. And here I'm just going to say just sales something. Rest of everything is same. Only in this particular place it is going to be changed. Since we are not doing the aggregation in this outside query, we can take out this group by. Let's execute it. Fact 6. Okay, understand. Because database is pointing to the source side. So we have to say console retail database. Execute this. Now I'm there in the console retail database. Let's take this query and execute it. Okay, group by was missing here. Group by product key. So in the CTE, group by is missing. Let's execute this. Okay, so same 2516. Even if you write in this approach or in this approach, that means we have written select statement right here. This one or this one both are same, more or less same. Okay, so this query and this query is going to give the same result. So some people they used to write with CTA and some people they used to write a subquery, a query inside a query. Okay, so whatever you feel easy that you can do it, but don't go for this approach. This one is a not good approach. Okay, so I'm stopping here. There are a few things like rankings are there. The rankings I'll take you through few things in the Spark SQL. Okay, so I'm stopping the SQL here. In Spark SQL, I'm going to cover few more things as part of that so that we can feel we have come across the Spark SQL also. So SQL and Spark SQL more or less same. And from tomorrow onwards, I'm going to talk about Azure Data Factory. That is the main service that we are going to start. So from tomorrow, I'm going to start at exactly 7:30 a.m. guys. So please be available on time. So I'm stopping here, and if you have any question, you can ask me. I'll allow participants to unmute. Yeah, you can unmute yourself and you can ask a question.
Hi, Bhaskar.
Hi, Avin.
Bhaskar, we are using stored procedures in real time.
Yes, we are going to.
Okay.
I'll come across that when the situation, like what kind of situation we are going to use. This entire thing I can keep it in a stored procedure.
Okay.
Okay, so to understand the stored procedure, first we need to know how we can use the joins and all, how we can do it. We need to know it.
Okay.
Okay, so there is a union all is there that I will take you through when the situation comes.
Okay.
In the Spark SQL, I will cover few things.
Okay. Thanks, Bhaskar.
Yeah. Anyone else? Okay, so if you're not having any question, I'm stopping here. Guys, from tomorrow's session, it's very, very important. SQL you can get from anywhere. Okay, but the data factory that we are going to cover in depth, we are going to see. So the first few sessions are very, very important for everyone. So please join at 7:30 a.m. exactly. Thank you for joining. We'll see you tomorrow.